Hello,
Hello.
Hello.
we're back.
Yes.
You're back, more accurately.
Yeah,
So,
shit
so
happened.
do we talk about the new Trump stuff first or the old Trump stuff first
Well,
that I discovered this week?
I know neither. So,
Uh, let's start with your Trump stuff first, because I'm curious
Okay.
what that is.
So apparently, at some point, Trump decided that Coca-Cola is not allowed to use their corn sugar that they normally use in America for their cola. They need to use cane sugar.
Yeah,
Why? There's no difference. Sugar is sugar. There's literally no difference.
maybe price.
Maybe, but why does he care?
Money. Uh,
Still?
It's Trump. What do you expect from him? He just wants money. And on the topic of money and the US government, they couldn't make their budget. Like, they get set a budget and they have to, they have a certain amount of money and they have to budget that so everything can happen. Well, they failed at that, and thus the government was shut down, like over a week ago, at the point of time of recording. What that basically means is nobody's getting paid. Like no government official, like apart from of course the people with the money or people that basically have invested a bunch and now earn on the side, they still get money, but things like people like air traffic controllers, they don't get paid. I don't think the police gets paid as well, so
You don't need to pay the police.
well, paying your law
And
enforcement.
they'll just punish people.
Well, the thing is as well, right? It's supposed to say that if something like that were to happen, that you would eventually get back pay on the days you've worked and couldn't get paid at that time. So you still get your money, just later. Well, it seems that the government is trying to work their way around that specific thing. So that no, the people that just worked like weeks for no pay, like kept the country running for whatever reason, now suddenly just doesn't straight up doesn't get paid anymore, and they will never get that money. And that is kind of a concern.
Really?
Yeah, because at that point, why would you even work? Like, why go to work if the government isn't, if nobody's gonna pay you? And who's gonna stop you, right? That's the thing. Who is going to stop? Like, is the police gonna stop you? Well, they're not getting paid either. They're not getting paid as well, so, eh. It's kind of a. It seems to be a very big problem.
I guess it probably, yeah.
And what is the government doing about it? Nothing. Or probably trying and failing miserably because, well, yeah.
It is still the government, of course.
Yeah, all because they couldn't make their budget.
Hmm.
And a
That's
budget
pretty
is
bad.
important. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, imagine that happening in the Netherlands, where police suddenly isn't getting paid anymore, then nobody's gonna do shit.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, that's basically US news. That just just casual news, you know, just the government isn't paying anybody, isn't paying anymore, and all that stuff. You know,
Yeah, it's just your regular news.
just the potential collapse of an entire country. Nothing special.
Exactly.
I mean, it has happened before.
Has it?
Yeah, like either it had. I think it happened a couple of times before, where it was either very short or like a month long. But the longer it lasts, the more people are gonna notice a difference in their wallet, because it might be able to
Yeah.
stretch 1 month. You know, 1 month without pay. Maybe not even. Like, as soon as the next payday rolls around and they are not getting paid, they are gonna start getting annoyed because they need the money to, you know, eat, survive. And if that money isn't coming in, then what are you doing work for? You might as well start stealing. So it can very quickly lead to the collapse of a country if they don't, you know, intervene and get the budget straight and fixed. But well, at least we're not living in the United States, so we just have to deal with our own stupid government. Which we get to vote on pretty soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you guys prepared?
No.
No, sure. That only happens like 2 days before.
Well, I guess for
accurate,
some
yeah.
people it happened, the preparation starts when they entered the booth. You know, the little voting booth.
Yeah,
Like-
now that is a bit of another extreme.
Like, for some people, that's where the preparation starts. Like, that's just how that works.
Yeah, that is mildly problematic.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people aren't willing to be informed about, you know, what kind of plans certain parties have, and if you align with those plans. Although I have read one party's plans, and I'm just gonna say, it's a lot of text.
Yeah.
Like, that, to me, that's the main issue that I feel like a lot of people are gonna struggle
It
with.
can be good. Unless it's the politician thing of say a lot without saying anything.
Partially. It is still, you know, they are saying what the party want. Like, this is our party, we want this and this and this. And the one that I wrote it from actually did explain stuff. Like, it actually explained, like, oh, we want money for this, we're gonna get it through this. Which is good, because if a party or a government is saying, we will do this, and it costs a lot of money, and then they don't specify how they're gonna get that money, there's a humongous chance that they'll just say, we're gonna do it, and then just not do it. Like, when the time finally arrives to do it, they just say, oh, well, we don't have the money for it. But because they have been very enthusiastic about, you know, where they're gonna get some, what they're gonna do, all of a sudden, people are saying, like, yes, They're screaming that they're gonna fix the problem. And the more trouble a country has, the easier it becomes to just scream, "I'm gonna fix it," and people are gonna be like, "Yeah, we want it fixed." And they end up in the 1940s Germany.
That escalated rather quickly. Run me through that again.
Well, that is basically what happened. Germany was just ruined because of the First World War, which just meant that only one person who could speak, who had very good speech abilities and everything, who could just rally the masses for whatever, could take power. Then it turned into a dictatorship. Then it turned into a five-year long war. And yeah. But apparently, because a lot of the people that were in that war have passed away due to, old age. The Second World War was like 80 years ago.
Of them.
Yeah.
Like,
if you think about it, like
the people that were
we needed those people now, man. So that seems kind of selfish.
the people that were born in the war are
how dare they rest in peace?
Yeah. It's not like they went through enough already.
Like, the people that were born in the war are dying now. Like grandparents and everything. And apparently that also means that the lessons we've learned are also gone.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that we're probably gonna get a repeat of what happened.
Well, eventually, yeah, but
Because people that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
usually it takes like 2 generations, right? Roughly.
2 generations, like, just people born right, like, either during or right after the war, and then another generation after that. So then it's our generation, basically.
Ah, yeah, shit.
Yeah, you see the issue.
What the fuck?
Like, it's not just a problem you can say, "Oh, we're gonna shove it to the next generation," like people have done with global warming. No, this is just the fact that we are going to be living in interesting times,
We already knew that.
which is not a fun thing. Like, if you look back on it, people are going to say, "Oh, I wish you could be living in that time, that time period." But during, you're just going to be very annoyed, and everything is just going to be very annoying, no matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Because, apparently a lot of the governments are sort of messed up right now.
Only sorta.
Yeah, only sorta. You know. Yeah. I also have a slightly funnier story. I went to the hardware store today, as one does, because I thought I'm gonna get some number plate things to, get rid of the ones that have the name of a company on them. And I didn't want that, so I was like, yeah, I can buy blank ones, but the ones that they had at the hardware store weren't the right ones. I need clip on, and they didn't have those. And while I was looking, a person came up to me and asked if he could ask me a question. Like I was working there. Now I have worked at a hardware store, but this is not the right one. Like I worked at a different one. An entirely different brand.
Mm-hmm.
And like he asked me a question, he then realized his mistake, which was kind of funny as
Levels
well.
down.
And because he asked
Probably.
where he could find the ratchet straps, because apparently he needed those. Totally understandable question, right? Sometimes you just need ratchet straps. But like he asked me, then realized mistake, said, "Oh, sorry," just continued on. But then I looked back and I saw the ratchet straps. So I just said, "Oh, they're right here." And they apparently they needed heavier ones than they had. Big whoops. Just if you need really heavy ratchet straps, then you probably shouldn't go to a hardware store. You should find a store that sort of specifies in those things, or get it online. Because the hardware store only has very weak ones. They only support like I think up to 500 kilograms. Which still isn't too bad actually. You know, it's still pretty good, but yeah. They needed heavier equipment. But it was just so funny to basically... The weirdest part is I automatically switched into customer service mode. Like I just went back into like... Oh yeah, somebody's asking me a question while I'm at a hardware store. I guess I get to answer a question. Like, sure. Yeah, that was basically a fun little thing. And also, I'm back from London. And I was quite surprised at customs. Because you can just... Usually if you go by plane, they're quite strict. You can only bring like 100 milliliter bottles with you. Because if something goes wrong on a plane while it's flying, it falls out of the sky. And that's not good. That is suboptimal. However, if something goes wrong on a train, the train grinds to a halt, and... And the only reason the customs are there is because Brexit. Which I think is almost 10 years ago at this point. It's almost 10 years ago that the UK decided to make the dumbest decision ever. And leave the EU because apparently they thought that was a smart idea and they didn't need the all the trade and everything because they could do it locally. Even though a lot of people are saying that they want back in for the specific reason of it was surprisingly handy to be in the EU. Yeah, going through customs fairly easily. And even after going through customs, like you just go to your seat, you sit down, and you wait 4 hours, and boom, you're in London. You're in central London, St Pancras International, big station, and you just get out. There are no customs or any checks afterwards. You just arrive there. Because I would be half expecting, to see some other, like even passport check after you've arrived. To make sure that you are not entering illegally. But no, as soon as you're through customs at the start, you are through. There are no barriers anymore. You can just enjoy the UK. And I did for a week. And then sadly the week was over and I returned home like Wednesday night, like 5 minutes past 12. Because our train was quite late. Because it was cheaper. Because surprise, surprise, if you run at unreasonable times,
Yeah.
you will save money. Same for plane tickets. If you go early or late, they just become cheap.
Yeah.
Because it's supply and demand based. It's a simple economic principle. Like, the more demand there is, the higher and less supply, the higher the price. Well, supply remains the same. You know, you cannot get more train all of a sudden. Well, you can put an extra train, but it's more likely to just be you have a train if either it's full or it's not. So that doesn't change, but the demand does change. People like to, sleep in a little bit, have some time to prepare, and then leave. In the meantime, if you want to save money, and what I like to do is just go early. Like, don't care.
I like money.
Yes. Like, I like money.
Buy food.
Or in your
and
case,
swords.
Jim. Yeah, exactly. Swords. But even so, it just... Like, we traveled to London at a pretty normal time. The train left around like 10:40. Pretty good time. You have to be there 90 minutes beforehand. And then you basically get
Hello, I'm back.
Hello. You have to get there 90 minutes beforehand, and travel time is 4 hours, so like 5.5 hours. And otherwise, it's... Well, we left in the afternoon, and Eurostar does something annoying. What they do is they have a train that leaves to Brussels, they have a train that leaves to Paris, and you have a train that leaves to Amsterdam, all in like half an hour. So then you have 3 trains.
Yeah.
Your breathing is on the podcast.
My breathing or...
Or Yoram's breathing.
Oh. But like, you have 3 trains worth of people.
Yeah,
all
so
in
here's
one
the thing,
room.
Jim. I recently moved. I know that might seem like a foreign concept, but that's what happens when you move.
You have no excuse.
No.
I moved, basically finished moving, in less time than it took for you to fully move.
That's an understatement.
Like,
What?
what we did in basically a couple months, what you guys haven't done in multiple years now, like in over a year.
Oh, like that. Well,
That
you
means
say
that you have
but
no
Have
excuse.
you isolated your home?
Um,
Did you install a new heating element?
I installed sound insulating tiles in my room.
Did you change out all the glass?
Oh, didn't change all the glass. You did put new wallpaper on it and painted it.
Is your house like 5 times bigger than it actually is?
It's an
I just
apartment,
didn't
so
know.
it's a lot easier to do as well.
So what I'm hearing is that our things are very different. So,
But we also had basically our entire family help.
yeah, we don't have that.
What, family?
Yes, but also at least not my family. Eleonora has family, but
Yeah, and that family can't help with a little bit of work, like painting some stuff.
apparently not. No.
Do you have experience moving? You can help.
Yeah, why don't you help?
Because I have a job.
So do I.
Now you have school.
And a job. So if I can do both, surely you can do that.
Well, considering you live reasonably close to both, hopefully.
No, school's like an hour.
No, he goes all the way back to Horn for school.
Yeah, sure. But like,
School's like an hour, and my job is an entire 5 minutes of biking.
yeah, my job is half an hour worth of driving. If traffic isn't being annoying. Otherwise, you can start adding time to that. Like today, when there was a slight traffic jam because of traffic lights. The light is red, a lot of traffic backs up. It all wants to go one way. Like, it all wants to take a right. Meanwhile, I want to go straight. But I can't reach my traffic light because it's all backed up. And you cannot filter properly because the filter's just clogged with people wanting to go right. Which means the lane to go straight is inaccessible. And that just keeps happening. And it keeps
Are you saying that the
really
lane to
annoying.
go straight isn't actually straight?
Well,
That sounds homophobic.
in this
Kinda.
scenario,
In this scenario, it is. What?
the way to go straight is in this case to wait. Like you have to keep waiting and waiting until finally traffic's cleared up enough so you can go to your lane and still sit at a traffic light.
Uh-huh.
But after that, it's pretty much smooth sailing. Anyway, I actually did 100 kilometers per hour today, which is rare because some people don't read the signs or the big green line in the middle of the road, which indicates in the Netherlands that you are allowed to do 100 kilometers per hour instead of 80. The signs that are every 100 meters say 100 on them instead of 80. So it's a very clear indication that you are allowed to go faster than 80. Yet some people still don't do 100. And it frustrates me. As you can probably imagine.
Why am I being called out?
I don't know. Just felt like calling somebody out.
Jim, do you do the speed limit?
Viewer.
Viewers, do you do the speed limit every time?
Wait, who did you call out?
Viewers.
Who?
Like the potential 1 or 2 viewers that this podcast is gonna have.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky again and get like 50.
It sounds like you're calling out no one, really.
Look, man, if I get the thumbnail done before this episode releases,
And it's
That's
just
a
like,
big if, though.
you better do the speed limit.
yeah, that is a pretty big if because I still work tomorrow and it releases on Saturday morning.
Yeah, that means
Well,
you
don't
have
to work tomorrow.
Kinda do.
you can draw while working.
You don't have a contract that you have to work.
I kinda do. I have it right here in a drawer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
sucks to be you, I guess.
You don't have a contract?
No, not yet. We're still working on that.
In that case, you've been working on that for months now.
Yeah. I've only been there Thursday, and the guy keeps like forgetting all the details.
Then
Or-
write it down.
Or rather, doesn't have time because we need to get the machine done quickly.
Like, get it, like, just say grab a piece, like, give him a pencil or pen and a piece of paper and say write the details down for next time so we can continue where we've left off instead of starting over again.
Well, at this point, he has given me a contract, but I want stuff to change slightly because he is not paying me enough. so
Fair enough.
he is giving me a national minimum loan.
Oh, the minimum wage. And you want to be
Minimum
earning slightly
wage.
above minimum wage.
I want to earn minimum wage as stated in the CO metaaltechniek.
Oh, so technically he's trying to do something illegal.
No, not no. He is paying me minimum wage as provided by the government.
Yeah, but I feel like if a company is underneath a SAO, which for those international viewers basically just some extra rules per sector or per
But I
part of a
don't know if
sector.
he is. Well,
Then
I
you
guess
should,
if you're part of any sector, you should be under one, probably.
yeah, like you should look after that, because if I don't think it's I think you can actually take legal action if that's the case.
Yeah, but
Because then he's
I don't want to do that.
because well, they can give him an ultimatum: either you pay me more, or I go take legal action against you for trying to basically
But I don't
go
wanna
under
do
minimum
that.
wage. Please don't have a bomb. He didn't have a bomb.
No, but other than that, the contract is fine.
Yeah, like if it's just the pay, then just go up to him like, I like the contract, but pay needs to be higher.
Yeah, that's basically what I need to do.
I want this pay. And if you
And he'll
didn't get
ask,
it,
why
no.
do you want that pay? And then I'm like, well, look at this. And he's like, ah, shit.
And then
So-
you have to get pay, and then you either get the pay or you get told to fuck off.
I doubt it that he'll tell me to fuck off.
Like,
I'm gonna tell you to piss off.
Shut up, Jim.
But
or it tells you
is
to
it
politely
time
get
we
out
get
of his
to
face.
is it time we get to the cinder shit?
Sure.
Cinder shit.
So, okay, so just because you don't know what happened,
Correct.
a pretty like big VTuber a couple of months ago, it came out that basically the artist that made her models and like a bunch of other stuff for her released a document in which she revealed she
Wait,
had basically been emotionally manipulated by Cinder.
Wait, hold on.
So hold on,
What?
they can release the
You're
files
just-
for a VTuber, but they can't
okay.
release other files.
Okay, guys, are you seeing this?
No,
Yeah.
because I'm
We have a
recording.
chest here, hopper here.
What do I research?
Huh?
I guess a better shell.
I don't
What?
understand this.
But so that came out.
This seems slightly
On top
broken.
of that, other stuff that came out. This is gonna be the very short version, by the way. Other stuff that came out is that her manager slash boyfriend,
Always a good combination.
named Redacted, or Red for short, basically, basically, told that artist to like not work with other VTubers. Just for the brand, I guess. And then it came out that Cinder had been bad mouthing other VTubers who believed she was their friend. So, yeah, a lot of stuff went down. One very funny detail about it, actually, is that like only like 3 or 4 weeks before that, she had a collab with Neurosama, who accused her of bad mouthing people on Discord.
So,
And looking back on that, I guess she kind of predicted the future.
so AI can predict the future now.
Yeah, it is kind of funny to see that because a couple times during that collab, Cinder is just like quiet, and now it's pretty clear that she probably was like, "Oh shit."
She
But-
probably realized that she'd been had.
Yeah, but anyway, So all this came out. A lot of those friends
quote unquote.
were like pretty emotional about it, which makes a lot of sense. So they made their own like responses to it and stuff. And then Cinder came with an apology.
It's always
And
fun when they come with an apology.
well, basically, it was all Red's fault. She had fired Red, and she had not said anything, even though we have proof that she did also bad. Like, there were screenshots of her bad mother people.
There was
So, yeah,
photographic
but no, it was
evidence.
all Red's fault. And also, the VTuber, like, fucking, she accused Shy Lily of being jealous, which, if you look at Cinder's behavior, it's probably clear that she was the jealous one. But anyway, now, yesterday, Cinder's back, and she released a document with 800 pages
That's a lot of pages.
about this situation. To, like, explain it, and basically make it seem like it wasn't her fault. So it opens with, yeah, I fired Red, but he works for me now, so,
Wait, so
so
you
already your whole document's invalid already.
so you fired him, but he works for you. Isn't it just called rehiring?
Yeah, so already that whole thing is just, like, invalid. She again accuses Shy Lily of being jealous, even though Cinder was the bigger content creator at the time. Fucking, some of the grammar made, like, no sense at all. It's
Oh
just,
no.
yeah. It
Like,
was bad. She
it's
accused the others of, like, reacting way too emotional, which is kind of fair, but still.
like if you're
And
going
she
to make
accused the artist who initially came out with it of having like not written it by him or by herself, but having asked Shy Lily to write it because they use similar wording.
similar wording doesn't automatically mean
No.
it just means that you might have a similar writing style.
Yeah. So the reason I found out about this is because, like, normally I put up music usually when I like at my job, right? But as I was looking up music, I saw that Muujin was live reading this. So I was like, well, I'll put that up. So, yeah. And as he also pointed out actually during that, like, what he thinks happened is that they have similar wording because this artist didn't really want drama, right? Like, she kind of had to come out with this because of how terrible it was.
Yeah.
And he thinks that she likely went to Shy Lily and that that Shy Lily kind of helped them write it or helped her write it, but there's, like, no reason to believe that Shy Lily wrote that. Like, that makes no sense. So yeah, this whole 800-page document is just, like, a whole bunch of accusations without evidence.
Yep.
Sounds great.
And
Yeah.
it also sounds like Shimiro, like the 800 pages just to confuse and get people to believe it
Yeah,
because it's a big
I don't know.
document.
I don't know. I don't know. I wonder what she said, if she said anything about, like, I forget her name. Cerberus. There was, like, there's a VTuber named Cerberus, and she has, like, like a hellhound kind of theme going on.
Yeah,
Uh, and
fitting with a
Cinder
name like that.
also had, like, a hellhound kind of theme going on, except she was clearly red and orange, whereas this other person is, like, blue.
Yeah. Let me guess. Plagiarism.
Yes, even though this other person started first, like months before her. And but on top of that, every time this Cerberus uh got a new model or a new background or something like that, a few months later, Cinder would suddenly have something very similar to it,
Hmm.
which uh, why?
That seems awfully suspicious.
Yeah. And so this person, like this Cerberus, also felt awful because she was like, is she like stalking me? Like, is she watching me? Like, she just, she was scared.
It sounds to me like we've got somebody who just tries to force their way into popularity.
Well, she was popular for a time. Like, she was one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, but you can't really force
Which is why it's
popularity.
so weird that she was so jealous of these others. Because the others were all smaller. Even that Cerberus one that started before her was smaller than her.
Yeah, but I mean, as I said, popularity doesn't like automatically just come, like it doesn't automatically come to you, and you
No.
can't force it. It
No.
has to be a cooperation between the community, which loves the content you
Mm-hmm.
make, and you loving the content that you make as well, and you basically making good stuff.
Yeah.
Some people just don't really have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
And, you know, that can happen. Then you just go do something else. But other people think, no, I want this. I'm going to force my way through this and push down my rivals to, you know, get on top of others.
Yeah.
Which goes well for about one time, basically. You might, it might work a little bit, but as soon as somebody figures it out,
Yeah.
you're gone.
No, there was so much fucked up shit, man. Especially in relation to this artist. Like, so apparently, so this artist made her model, and it was like not his first model, but or why do I keep calling it a him? It's a she. What the fuck? It was like not her first model she made, but Cinder was the first one to really get famous with one of her mod. I forget the artist's name, by the way. That's why I haven't
Yeah.
said it. I'm just. But Cinder was the first one to get big with that. Uh, and with that, it also brought a lot of fame to this artist, right? And a lot of other VTubers now also wanted her models because they were really good. Cinder emotionally manipulated this person into not doing that because she viewed it as her brand.
A
You don't own an art style, lady.
you might own the model. Like that's something you
Yeah,
can get. Like you own the model
yeah,
to that, and it's fine.
yeah.
But you
But
can't
one of the
really.
things that happened is that Bao the whale, um, was gonna get a model from her, from this artist.
Yeah.
And making those models takes a long ass time, right? Because you have to design them, draw them, rig them, all that.
Yeah. You have to do
So
everything
they were months
step
into
one.
doing that, and they were entering like the final stage. And then Cinder told her not to do it and like manipulated her into not doing it, which upset Bao tremendously because she was, excited for this. Uh, and we have screenshots of a Discord server with all of them in it, and with Bao expressing that she's now sad. All the others covered her. Cinder just didn't say anything fucking.
That is already
So yeah, just overall, it's an awful situation.
like that is already really suspicious to do if you are like if
Yeah.
somebody is really upset that you're just sitting there doing nothing
Yeah.
while the rest is comforting.
Yeah, but then on stream you pretend to be friends. Like that's the horrible part.
Yeah. Like that just indicates that that person is just very immature.
Egotistic.
As well.
But
Like
yeah,
if you
that
just
that was the Cinder shit.
mm,
I just wanted to talk about it because I think making an 800 pages respond that basically just says nothing is
peak
I don't know
politician.
how to feel about that.
Like
I mean, props for the dedication.
she's going to a government, considering she can clearly say a lot, but still say nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is basically what politicians do.
Yeah.
They say a lot, yet they say nothing. They
Dude,
put in a lot of words.
can we get a VTuber politician?
No.
Just during interviews, just a VTuber model.
Well, Jim, get a VTuber model, start your own political party, off you go.
No, I don't want to get into politics though.
Why not? You can basically start saying shit.
Can I can I turn Senator Armstrong into a model and start quoting him and get votes?
I feel like you're getting into a problem with copyright.
Maybe.
I feel like that would be a problem.
Artistic.
Either that or G may just want to see how this plays out. He's like, oh, this is interesting. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and then an entire nation collapses. Because of
I don't have nano machine.
Exactly, and he knows this, so he's not too worried about it, you know.
I can't win debates and then say nano machine, son.
well, you can still say it.
I mean, you can pull a Trump and just say it, even if it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You can still say it.
Any time the other politicians ask for how I'm gonna achieve it, nano machine, son.
Well, worst part is it might actually work, and that's rather concerning, to put it lightly.
I don't know that it would work in the Netherlands, to be honest. It might.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
I mean, only one way to find out.
Yeah, try it out in like 40 years.
Yeah, you need to be like 50 to run for office anyway.
I think so.
Well, you need to have at least
one
gray hair.
I don't think there's an
if you look at America, no young people are contending.
Oh, we're talking about the Netherlands here.
Oh, we do.
Well, that depends on what part.
Is there like an age restriction on being president? Like, I don't think there's necessarily one for politics itself, other than be an adult.
Other than being an adult and have people vote for you.
Not necessarily.
Can we get a brain-rotted Gen Z as the next president?
Please no.
Well, it's gonna happen eventually.
I see the disappointment on Jules' face.
Please no.
Jules, I'm sorry to tell you, it's gonna happen.
Jules, this is the opportunity to change our national anthem.
Into what?
I don't know. Hopefully not Baby Shark.
Wouldn't hurt.
I don't know, but now there has to be WRIS in it.
Actually, YouTube recommended me this video, and it's like a 3-year-old video apparently, but it recommended it me like last week. The Dutch national anthem as a boss theme.
It makes sense that it recommended that to you, yeah.
And one of the comments under it was like, all the like our soccer opponents. Why do I hear boss music? And then we lose with 5-1.
Yeah, yeah, that seems about right.
5-1 seems kind of low.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess it's still the most positive outcome if we don't get a red card immediately.
Why would we get a red card for music?
No, for doing something stupid in the first 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
That only seems fitting
I've
for the
done something
Dutch.
impressive once when someone like scored a goal from like half the field or over half the field in the first minute.
Like, I feel like that's just luck at that point.
Probably. That's
Like,
like the one cool soccer moment to me.
A really
I know
far
there's
away
people
shot.
say, oh, but in the 80s, this one guy made a beautiful goal. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't watch soccer. Boring as hell.
Well, it can be like, that is the one thing where I can definitely agree that the female version of the sport is way better, because
Yeah, I do agree to that.
they actually, you know, play
They
the
play.
game instead of.
But Jim, you only agree to that to piss off everybody else.
No, this is actually starting to become a general consensus, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because
Because
with
the
no,
men just start laying on the ground doing nothing.
well, no, they've like a
True.
blade of grass touched them,
Yeah.
so now they have to lay on the floor, pretending
Did
to
that
be
They're
happen?
hurt.
not trained in FIFA, they're scared of real grass.
Go touch some grass. Oh no, wait, don't, because they'll just lay on the floor, saying that they should get a yellow card because it was illegal. Like, that's just male football. Like, the female version's just, oh no, I have a nosebleed. Oh well, I'm gonna just continue playing. Like, I think that actually happened. And it really surprises me. But yeah,
I see.
that's only. I generally don't watch soccer or football, but just like occasionally, when my mom is watching it as well, and I happen to be near the TV. Because otherwise, I don't even watch TV. Yeah. I mean, I work 5 days a week. Most of my time is spent behind a computer screen, in fucking PDF editor, putting text boxes on like blueprints. And apparently that pays.
Like, I've been meaning to watch The Matrix for a few weeks now, and I still haven't.
Also,
And the FNAF movie.
you haven't still watched the FNAF movie?
No.
I haven't. Okay, I can understand this, but the Matrix, that should be.
Have you seen The Matrix?
Yes, I have.
No. I've seen like the newest one, the shitty one.
Yeah,
I think
no,
I've seen
that doesn't
part of
count.
the old one.
Where there are two the ones.
What? The
That's
one
not
and
how
the
counting
two?
works.
No, that was my reaction. I was like, "What do you mean? There's a second one."
What? Do you also then have the two? You have the one and you have the two. But what if there's
No,
A one,
No,
a two,
you have
a one,
two, the
two, three.
ones.
Just starts counting down, turns into a musical.
We have the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1, and then it starts. Yeah.
A long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was a 1, a 2.
That would for a movie that would be dumb. Yeah, but to be fair, it's especially with Star Wars, it would be Disney, so it wouldn't surprise me.
True.
Also, I did notice something in London. The sheer amount of theater plays they have. Like, I even saw A Christmas Carol. No, The Muppets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw an ad for that while going up or down the escalator near our station. We were staying.
Why was there an ad for that? That movie's from the 80s. Or 90s?
Yep.
Early 2000? I'm not sure exactly. It's not the 80s. It's definitely like
But they are
either
advertising.
late 90s or early 2000s.
They're advertising like a bunch of shows. You know, like theater plays, not the movie. And
So it wasn't the Muppets thing. It was just Christmas Carol.
I know it was still the Muppets, but
Oh.
like I haven't watched it because
There's a Christmas Carol game, and I want to play it.
Hmm.
And they make videos on it for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be funny indeed.
Yeah, it's called Ebenezer and the Invisible World, and it's a Metroidvania where you play as Scrooge.
That sounds kind of fun, actually.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's like, so in the main story, he of course, like, in the book and in all the adaptations, he it's that he has to get better, right? Like he has to become a better person. I think in this game, you're like entering people's pasts, like, to make them a better person. I think that's what it's about.
Slight change of pace, but
Well, yeah, but it
works better
does make more
game-wise.
sense for a video game.
Otherwise you're just gonna be playing as like the ghosts, and it's just gonna be 3 levels.
Make it a Ghostbusters game.
Oh no.
Actually, I've played the official Ghostbusters game, and it sucks.
I should still at some point actually
How
start
surprising.
the hunt
My little
for
brother bought it, so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it out as well. And he agrees that it sucks. He just wanted it because it was Ghostbusters.
Fair enough. Like I should still actually, like for the Wii, there are Scooby-Doo games, and I've played both. Like there are multiple. I've played both of them. I think there might be even more, but I've played 2. And I kind of want to find them again and just play them. Like because as a kid, you at the library you could rent Wii games. You had like 3 or 6 weeks if you decided to extend the stuff. But you could do once for free.
You could rent Wii games at the library.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I never had the opportunity to use Wii games, so makes sense. I wouldn't know that, I guess.
And like we rented Super Paper Mario multiple times, and then we didn't play it for a while because we didn't go to the library anymore. And then at some point we decided, let's just buy the game. So we went to the store and bought the game.
Yeah.
Also, There's one thing in London that I'm kind of missing right now. And it sounds weird, but it's a meal deal.
If you're gonna say beans, then I'm gonna be very mad.
No, I didn't actually have a full English breakfast this time, which is kind of
This
sad.
time?
Yeah, last time I did have a full English, and that's when I found out beans on toast is actually pretty good.
Sorry for you.
What, full English breakfast is actually a good breakfast.
No.
There's toast. There is sausage. There are literal mushrooms.
As opposed to
Figurative mushrooms.
figurative mushroom.
There's
Well,
some.
it's only figuratively speaking.
There's bacon.
It's a metaphorical mushroom.
Yes.
It's
But I
a
mean,
mushroom.
you have bacon.
Wow. I'm sure no country has had bacon before.
And you have beans. Like, you can say a lot of things, but beans on toast is good.
When I get to writing / drawing my like Victorian inspired story, I am not including beans anywhere.
Why not?
Well, you could include Jules eating beans.
Oh yeah, the Jules reference character can eat beans.
Yes.
Wait,
On
there
toast.
already is a Jules reference character.
Yeah. Do you not remember? I was like, yeah, I need a random character here, and I was like, I'll just give him like Jules' hair and arm.
Like, just Jim, if you
Yeah, I
do,
might remember
don't
that,
forget
actually.
the toast, because beans on toast is delicious. You can say a lot, but if you grab those beans, slap it on a piece of toast, it's gonna be delicious.
It was Bob the carpenter. That's what it was.
Bob the Carp.
Bob the Builder.
A carpenter was the closest thing I could think of that's to engineering to like for a Victorian like.
You could have
manner.
called him Builder just for the sake of it.
Oh.
Bob the engineer.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't make sense for a mansion to have an engineer in the mansion, like living there
Fair enough.
as a servant, like. So a carpenter was the closest thing I could think of that made sense.
Also fair enough. I mean, it is just, is carpeting just woodwork?
Yes. Well, not just wood, but yeah.
Mainly wood.
wood, considering that's probably the
Yes.
building materials that was used the most because it was readily available and easy to work with.
In the Victorian, they used a decent amount of like steel as well in the Victorian era.
Yeah, but that requires a forge. I mean, technically, if you can, it's a lot easier.
My man,
at
they've
least.
had forges for thousands of years by now.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a little bit easier to actually just build something
And,
out
like,
of wood than do steel.
And the Victorian era is when machinery started going, like that's when trains and stuff were invented. You know, like
Then why did you just
steam power.
The steam power is important. It's steam.
Yeah.
Actually, I could it is a fact that I don't have a lot of time with a full-time job, but otherwise I would probably spend some time volunteering at the train museum,
Yeah.
preferably or possibly as a stoker. You know, like actually putting coal in the hole.
Where there is.
Well, you grab the coal, you put it in the hole with the fire, and the fire turns water into steam, and the steam makes the steam train go forwards or backwards. One of the two, depending on what the person driving the train wants to do. or where you have to go, or your orientation. If you're backwards, you don't want to go forwards. You know. And to be fair, it would probably like when I went with that Steam train because museum card. Like if you get one in the Netherlands, it's $75 a year, but it's more than worth it. Like you can just pretty much visit all the major museums for free.
Yeah.
So Jim, when are you getting one?
I'm actually the only one in my house that doesn't have one.
Exactly.
And I
It's
even
just
have
not
one.
my fault. I don't know why. My mother just only got 4. I don't know why.
Just go to the website, buy one
She
for
just knew
$75.
that you wouldn't care probably.
I go to more museums than my brothers do.
Yeah, then why don't you have one yet?
I don't know.
It like yes, it's $75, but go to like 4 museums and you've already saved money. It's also
$75. That's like
$75 a
that's
year.
That's like a third of a full sword.
A year.
$75. That's like 3 pairs of drumsticks.
Yes, but instead you get to spend you can have multiple days of fun. Oh, you might have to add the cost of transport.
Oh no, actually, more accurately, it'd be 3 pairs and 1 drumstick.
3.5 pairs.
Perfect.
Like the extra stick. Has there ever been
Yes.
like a sale on drumsticks where it's like buy 2 get 1 free?
No, I usually buy a toe man, and they have like packs of 4, which
Not
are the cheapest
sponsored.
you can get.
Yeah, but like, has there ever
It's
been
still
a
like $44 for 4 sets, so that's the cheapest you can get them.
has there ever been like a sale on them where you just get like 1 instead of 2?
No, because they're always
No.
packaged with 2.
Well, what would be the point of having 1 drumstick if you have 2
Has there
hands?
ever been a drummer that used 3 sticks,
Yes.
but like independently somehow?
Yes.
Oh.
Multi-stick
so
drumming.
Yeah, if you
Wait,
hold
that's what you
2
do
sticks
anyway.
in one hand, you can still hit by twisting your wrist. You can still hit with one of the 2
What,
sticks.
like double-ended?
Hold on, let me get a
Double-ended
clip going.
drumsticks.
As in like you hold one in one direction and you hold the other like upside down.
No.
Oh. Or like a puppet, like how people control the hands of puppets with like the 2
Yeah.
sticks. Ah.
Like in a plus shape.
Like how you eat with chopsticks. No, that's not how you do that.
It would be a little bit too close still, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like you have to, I think, hold them pretty far away to be for it to be effective. Because hold them too close, and you're just hitting the same thing twice. Oh, that's unfortunate. I shot the wrong shell. Isn't that awesome? And also, I'm gonna have to do a lot of driving tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. Like, I'm first gonna drive to work, then work for 8 hours, then leave work, then go home. Then once I'm home, pick up my mother, and then drive all the way across the country and fun. Now my mother will have to stop multiple times to because she has to go to the toilet. And to be fair, that just means I get to have more breaks and possibly more food. Just like, oh no, we have to stop at a gas station. Oh well, might as well get some nice some snacks.
Proof, Jim, that it's possible to play with more than 2 sticks.
Have you seen that guy with a double-ended guitar?
Double-ended guitar? That sounds.
Actually, I think he even has one that's like 4, like an X guitar.
So that you could just have 4 people playing the same guitar.
No, he played that one thing on his own. He just kind of switches between them. I don't think there's a difference, but yeah.
Oh, what's the
I
point
guess
of
it
it
looks
then?
cool.
If you can't have like.
Cool.
I mean, you also have like 20 string guitars.
Well,
Just
yeah, but
one
that's,
fretboard, but 20 strings.
I mean, that's different.
At what point does it turn into a weird harp?
I was about to say that.
It kind of already is.
Like,
There's
what
also
po-
somebody who made like a rotating fretboard, which he then put on a drill engine.
Okay.
like screw construction. We're gonna do music now.
I mean, there's like a band. I forget what they're called, but they do a bunch of music, but without instruments. They have like they find alternatives.
If you just use your voice,
I
it's called a
forget what-
cappella.
I don't know what they're called. No, not with their voice. They'll find like I don't know, like a box, and if you hit it, it makes a certain sound. So those have like 20 of them in like different sizes, and make music with that.
It's like the Bloom Man.
There's one where they make music by like basketballing, by like dribbling a basketball a certain way.
I think there's a band called the Bloom Men, which is just a bunch of men that, like in
Yeah, I know.
the Bible. They
it's not
they
them.
sometimes do the same thing. They've actually done it with a Formula One car.
Yeah. What the fuck? I
Well,
wasn't them.
there was a I think was it not like the old Williams team that programmed like God Save the Queen to
Could be, or it was
Formula
Renault.
One.
Or it was no,
Might
probably was
be.
Lotus, considering it's a British team.
But wait, somebody also did Star Wars, did they not?
Happy Birthday as well. Like if you can get the RPM of the engine up by computer, then you can pretty much just play anything. Oh balls! Ah, that worked. I survived.
Oh wait, was it Stomp? I think it was Stomp.
What?
Fitting name for a band that doesn't use instruments.
Yeah, this is it.
Why is
look-
it so loud?
We'll
I'm
look
hearing
at
it as
after
well.
the podcast, but
Yeah, because so far this episode is 1 minute and 1 hour 13 minutes long.
yeah. I don't know. Do we want to end it here, or do we have more news?
Let me actually take a look at the news. I also like that my new phone has the fingerprint recognition in the power button, which means you can just hold the phone, gently push your finger on the power button, and boom, your phone unlocks automatically.
Yeah, that's not a new feature.
I stole a kill. Haha. Oh, apparently the car industry is having a bit of a crisis. At least in Germany. Which doesn't surprise me considering, well, you have BMW, you have Mercedes, both making expensive cars that, also Volkswagen that is locking stuff behind a subscription. Like the
Which,
stuff comes,
unfortunately, is also not a new concept.
yeah, but the stuff comes like, if it's not installed, then paying for it is fine to get it installed. But it comes pre-installed, you just have to pay a monthly amount just to get something like heated seats. Like, everything is already in there, you just have to pay to use it. Well, it's not gonna take long before somebody jailbreaks their car, and now they have all the functions of a like a top of the line car, while paying for the base model.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that works, I guess. That's how modern cars are gonna be. Which is why I'm also happy that Renault, of all companies, has been going strong with their retro cars and is actually making a retro Twingo. You know, the first generation one, the one that I have. Like, they're planning on making a retro version of that. And if so, I'm probably gonna take it as an option if I have to get a company car, and that is one of the options.
Okay.
Would be great if it comes out within like a year. Probably not. Probably gonna take multiple years, because then I can just go from like an old Twingo from 2007 to a new one from 2025 or 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Keep with the same car and just the same styling. Which, to be fair, it is a spacious car. You can easily fit 4 adults.
Did my man just call a Twingo a spacious car?
I'm not saying it's big. I'm saying it's spacious. Like, it's still not a big car, but the limited
No.
space that it has, it uses well. So that's
That might be.
like, you can move the back seats forward and backwards, which means you can either like, oh no, I need to put something slightly bigger in the boot. Well, let me just move the seats forward and then put it in. Oh, but now I need to have passengers instead of cargo. Hold on, let me just put the seat all the way back, and then I can use that. It's a shame I don't have a tow hitch. Otherwise, I would have been able to put a like a trailer behind it. But I feel like that's not gonna happen. Also, it wouldn't do any speed at all because it's a slow car. Like,
Yes.
you physically notice that pulling away when you're like pulling away at a traffic light, that other cars are faster than you. It also means that you tend to take it easy because, well, you have no choice. You don't have another option. It's either you take it easy and take it slow, or you get incredibly frustrated because, yeah.
Yeah.
But let's see, is there any more news? Hmm. Um. Well. Hmm.
I'm gonna go to the toilet real quick.
All right. Good luck. Oh yeah, so the Gaza bullshit that's been happening, where it seems to
Right.
finally come to an agreement.
I was very surprised to hear that it was going well, to be honest.
Yeah.
I fully expected Hamas to turn it down.
Yeah, but I feel like,
I mean, I don't know if they're going by by Trump's plan, but
you mean the plan that basically says you lose, give up everything.
pretty much,
That plan.
yeah.
Ooh, the Pope has put out a letter, his first one. Basically saying to fight poverty.
Huh. That's nice.
Yes. Uh,
So,
what else do we have? Apparently, Dolly Parton announced that she isn't dead yet.
so how funny would it be to stop the recording right now, but when Yoran gets back, we pretend like it's still going?
No, why? Apparently, 500,000 bees died when there was a fire in a like one of those beehive things.
What kind of bees?
Um.
Probably honeybees. Where?
Uh. Yes. They're saying in the city, probably Amsterdam. No, wait. Where? Beatrixborg. Where is that?
Is it in the Netherlands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it is Amsterdam, apparently. Yeah.
Okay, well then maybe it's bad.
Well, they were standing on pallets in the middle of a forest. Covered.
Uh,
And
well,
they're thinking it's arson. They think somebody actually set fire to it.
why?
I don't know. But why burn 500,000 bees? They are necessary. Do you want strawberries?
Well, okay. There's actually a very interesting thing there. I'm
Hmm?
not completely sure how this is in Europe, but you know how there's like a lot of people, like both in the Netherlands but also in America, that are like, oh, we need to help the bees because like they're doing bad and they're
Yeah.
important for plants.
Yes.
So I don't know how this is in Europe per se, but in America they also have the European honeybee, right? Because we took it there to
Yeah.
have honey there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Important note about that thing for all the plants will die if all the bees die. No, they won't. In fact, over there it'd be better if the European bees died because they're stealing all the food from all the other insects that live there.
I guess you can blame the bee movie for that.
Yeah, so that one gets it wrong because there it's like, oh, the bees are like, bees are they don't use the bees anymore. Now everything's dying. No, everything would flourish. It would probably go better.
Yeah. Also, this what happened yesterday. Extinction Rebellion. You know, the organization we all love to hate.
Mm-hmm.
The people that glue their hands to the highway.
Yeah.
Apparently went to Amsterdam Central Station and went onto the tracks to cause a disturbance.
Okay.
This might sound really bad, but at that point I'm almost starting to hope that a train arrives. I mean, of course it doesn't, because as soon as somebody goes onto the train tracks, all traffic immediately gets shut down because,
Yeah.
safety. You don't just stop a train on a dime. It has to gently slow down because, steel on steel. Not a lot of friction. You don't have a lot of grip to stop. So, in order to prevent people from getting struck by a train, no traffic. But because it's such a big station, where international trains run as well, you're bothering a lot of people. And I don't understand it from Extinction Rebellion, considering trains are a environmentally friendly way to get around. So why block that and not just, do what they used to do and get onto the highway? Because, if you go onto the highway, where cars run that pollute the environment, that obstructs, some pollution and everything. Or makes it worse because there's a traffic jam now, and that means that people have to waste more fuel in that traffic jam. So they might as well go back to throwing soup or gluing their hands to the floors of car dealerships, where they then just get locked inside. Which actually happened, by the way. They went to a Porsche dealership. They glued their hands to the floor, and the people that were working there just left. Like they just went home and locked the door. Also, apparently, there's a train going from the Netherlands to like Belgium and then to Germany, right? That train is often delayed, and it should get a fine for it because they made a deal that only like 5% of the trains would be late or like not running according to the schedule. It actually was 34%. That's over 1/3 of the trains being late. And who was to blame? The obvious one, Germany. Because Germany can't do trains. Or at least they know how to make them comfortable, but that is a necessity if you have to sit 2 hours extra.
Well, that's why they asked the NS to do it like 80 years ago, right?
Well, apparently that is necessary, otherwise the trains wouldn't run on time at all. But like, Germans, like, they make comfortable trains, but it's necessary because you're easily adding 2 or 3 hours to a journey if it's a little bit long. And they want to have a comfortable seat, Let's see, what else do we have that's worth any news? We're getting more and more batteries, large batteries to store electricity from like wind parks and solar parks and everything. Because guess what? Green energy isn't consistent unless you use a nuclear power plant, but people are still scared of that because it went wrong like once or twice, which was just either bad design and management or a natural disaster. With modern technology, we can make nuclear reactors that physically can't go into meltdown. Or if they do, then it just melts through something that automatically puts it out. So, oh no, you have to slightly rebuild your reactor. Instead of, oh no, there goes the reactor, it's blown up. What else do we have? There isn't really much news. Apparently, in the Netherlands, 1 in 3 hospitals aren't really that well off financially and have problems with it.
That's not good.
Yeah, who doesn't want healthcare that doesn't get enough money? What else do we have? Oh, more museum card news. That it's getting more popular, especially with people that are 4 to 5 years or younger. Turns out, people are discovering museums again, and it's good because museums are fun, especially the railway one. Considering there's even a bit of free, like there's a little free part there, because it's also an actual train station. So from the entrance to the train station is free. You can see a couple trains there. But if you want the full experience, you'd have to pay. And wait, what? Oh, heh. Let's see. Oh. um.
Hello.
Hello. Somebody made like a biggest pie in the world.
What?
Oh no.
Over 1,000 kilograms.
Dude, this is the funniest stuff. My boss is continuously texting me where he can find the tools. He's just getting so late and he just is losing everything.
Have you told him
Wait, the
to?
tools you designed to like do the.
No, like
Okay.
he was looking for the imbus set and then the screwdriver, and he couldn't find any of it.
Have you told him to find a bed?
Well, next Monday his machine has to go to Germany. It's
God,
not
so
nearly
why?
done.
So why aren't you helping him right now?
Yeah.
Because I am not a map man that works till well, he's probably gonna continue until like 3 o'clock.
Yeah. I've
He did so
also
yesterday, so
oof. I've also noticed this with some of my colleagues as well, where they just take their work everywhere. Like everywhere they go, they have at least their work phone with them. And I'm like,
mm-hmm.
if it's not within hours that I'm actually working, good luck reaching me on my company phone. You won't get me. Like I might call you back the day after.
In his case, it's somewhat fair enough because it's his machine, his responsibility, and he needs to get it done right now.
Yeah.
And he's also my boss, right? So it's not like, well, he makes money of it, of course, but yeah, he's not getting paid by the hour. He's getting paid by the job. So once he's done, he can take. He could take a vacation. He probably won't, but he could.
Yeah, but like I still feel like some people just can't manage a healthy work-life balance. Like if you just bring your work stuff everywhere, like even if you're like my dad did the same thing. Like every time he went on vacation, he brought his laptop with him. His work stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that just unnecessary.
It is.
Because it's work, it's your job, it can wait. Like, are you working right now? No, then like I said, I work 40 hours a week, like generally work from like 7:30 till 4 with like half an hour break somewhere halfway through the day. And if it's not within that threshold, then I'm not working. And I'm not gonna do like of course I'm sure it will happen at some point where overtime is necessary to get a project done on time. But apart from that, I ain't working overtime. I'm not gonna be available 24/7. You either call me during working hours or I have to call you back afterwards, but then you have to pick up. Because I have had people that called me and then I called back and then I just get nothing. Which is bad.
That's arguably a lot more annoying.
Yeah. Like, it's just if you call somebody and they don't pick up and then they call you back, just pick up. Or, send a text. If you have a mobile number and you're calling from another cell phone, just text. Actually, texting is better, especially if you're within a company, because then you have written down communication. Then there can be there's less chance of a mistake happening because of, whoops, I thought you said this. Because a phone call, you can say one thing, person does the other, and they have a big discussion about it. But if you have like an email or a text message, they said, no, I said this, and then they look at it and say, oh, whoops, my bad, because it's written down, it's evidence at that point. But that's especially for older generations, it's still a little bit weird. Well, do you have any more news to talk about?
I don't think I have any news.
Well, do you have any more news?
No, not really.
I guess that does leave one thing left to be said. And that is, we're not experts.
But we were here.